Vintage Backyard RC. Show and tell.
Hello friends, welcome to Vintage Backyard RC. I'd like to welcome you to our new segment called Show and Tell, which is basically just me showing some things that I have that I don't really plan on restoring. Of course, you guys are pretty familiar with these cars. These are some of the first original Tamiya RC kits that have come out. These are the Porsches, and these live on my shelf. They do get a little dusty. I try to cover them up as best I can, but you know, they are how I got them. I didn't touch them, restore them. I don't plan on touching them or restoring them. They're going to live their life out the way you see it, with the exception of the 936 Turbo. We'll get to that in a little bit. Now, of course, we can't talk about vintage Tamiya without getting involved with their very first kits. And this would be their first one, the 934 RSR Turbo. I believe the kit number is 58001, signifying it's their first kit. And this came out sometime in 1976. I think it was late 76, December maybe. This, of course, is basically based off the 12th scale models that they were producing. They made these beautiful, detailed 12th scale model bodies with chassis and, of course, the engines. That's what their Tamiya was known for, was their quality model kits. And they basically parlayed that into a running functional model, which was their first one, the RSR 934 Turbo. Now, we'll take a look under the hood. I have my GoPro over there, so hopefully this gets all this in. And just show you a little bit what I have here. I'm on the fly here, guys, so I'm stumbling, mumbling. I'm sorry. Now, I removed the retaining clips to get this body off. If you see, it has these little pronged retaining clips that slide into the bottom of the chassis, and then there's little spring clips that hold the body on. Now, look at this thing of beauty, guys. This is an aluminum chassis. It does have an adjustable length suspension or track width. I believe that's if they were running different bodies, you can move the front axle fore and aft. 380 motor from the factory. This really unique speed control. And I got to be honest with you, I don't know how that operates. I've never looked into it. I know it's a really hard bit to get, and it looks like it's all there. Now, these cars ran, as you can see, I think they were C cells, sub-C cells, and I think you ran regular batteries back then. NiCads, I don't think were out, or the charging ability for them. I have seen pictures of people having regular old batteries in this car, which was probably pretty expensive to run. You know, you got your, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes out of it, and then the batteries were dead, and you were done until you went and bought some more batteries, which is pretty wild. This one has an old servo in it for the throttle. There is no steering servo or linkage. I don't have that, nor have I sought it out. I don't know how hard that stuff is to get, but this is what I have. This is every bit I have for this car. Looks like they did the old twisty job on the wires. I don't know if they were soldered from the factory or not, or whether you twisted them and put some heat shrink on there. But that's it, man. Like, what a basic RC car. This one's in pretty good shape. The tires are getting dry rotted. I'm not sure if I can do anything about that. They were pretty bad when I got them. And of course, I'll take some still pictures of all this stuff and float it in the video. But that's it, guys. Kit number 1. 934 RSR Turbo. Pretty amazing to have that. So I got this. This was the very first real vintage RC car that I collected, that I was searching for. I know you guys know me for the off-road stuff, and right now that's really what I'm into. I don't look for these old cars anymore. Quite frankly, they're just way out of my price range, and I don't even look for parts to fix them up, which I probably should be doing, but I don't want to touch these things. I want to leave them the way they are, and when my kids get them someday, they can decide what they want to do with them. I like them crusty and dusty and original. So next we'll move on to the 935 Martini Turbo. Got to remember all this stuff. This was kit 58002, which is their second kit that they have out. This was later on, and I think it was the summer of 77 this came out. And it's basically, let me try to get to it. Basically the same car underneath. We'll A and B them. Of course, you have the 935 turbo body, which is a wild body. Now, I got this car with a very, very damaged body. I'll take some stills. Someone tried to glue the windows on this, and back then the glue was pretty hot and it melted the plastic. I'll do close-up pictures of that. This body is fairly shot. The doors are done, and it does have some warping on it. But this, again, was from their model kit. You bought the model kit, and this is the same body that came in the model kit. And how do I know that? Well, I'll show you real quick before we move on to the chassis. I knew this body was wiped out and beat, and around the same time, someone had a used model kit that they dug chassis parts out of, and the body was 95% there. And so I bought it. Bought that off eBay. Was not expensive, thank God. And I do have, so this is the body right out of the actual model kit, the 12 scale model. It has some rash on it that I haven't cleaned up yet. And that'll fit right on this car. It's put together the same way. I even transferred the body mounting tabs from this to this body. And, I'm probably going to finish this body at some point, get some stickers from MCI, and at least have a nice clean body for this chassis. Let's have a look under the hood. Again, guys, I'm on the fly here. And compare the two. Same sort of chassis setup. This has the same 380 motor, but they used a reduction drive system. There's a top shaft and a middle shaft that goes to the final drive here. Didn't do my research, and I don't know why they did that. I'm assuming for better or taller gearing options to make it go faster. This has different wheels and tires on it. Same setup with the battery cells, but it did come with a more compact speed controller, which appears to be intact on this one. Now, I've never run current through either one of these cars. I don't want to destroy that speed controller because I'm pretty sure they're really hard to get. This is where your receiver battery went. This is pretty beat up and done. They're easy to get. Yeah, that's it. Different wheels and tires. Different car. It was probably a little bit faster the way that they have that gear set up, I'm assuming. Also has taller tires, so right there alone, your gear ratio is changing. And I do have a nice new body for it. Fairly new. That I can finish up. I think the only thing I'm missing is the rear glass, which I could probably use a piece of plastic or cut out a piece of Lexan if I need to get this car finished up. Pretty cool to have. Well, finally, we have our kit number 58006. Now, this is the Martini 936 Turbo. It's a pretty famous race car. And you notice I have some stickers for this because someone put these awesome stickers from the, I believe that's a Rough Rider sticker decal kit that you could get. They decided not to run the Martini decals, probably for obvious reasons. If you weren't into that type of sponsor, you can make your own decals and your own array, your own livery for the 936. Let's have a look under the hood. I do believe I have the clips still in this one. I do. And I'll show you a picture of how these operate. It's a pretty cool mounting system. Basically fold them up. Take them out of their slots. And it releases the body from the chassis. Maybe. And there you have it. Now this body's in really good shape. It just needs a strip, re-decal, and a paint job. And I think everything's here on this one. So I'm going to restore this one at some point. Chassis-wise, it's, a stamped aluminum chassis. I don't have the speed controller for this one. Didn't come with it. 380 motor again, without that crazy top shaft setup. They just run it direct to a spur gear. Gear differential. Oh, I forgot to point that out. All three cars do have a geared differential, which is nice to have. I believe these are the same wheels and tires that are on the 934. They are. And that one's clean, guys. So, I'll take some stills. Probably throw them in this video. And, again, I just wanted to show these off to you guys because I'm pretty proud to have them. I know that they got some surface dirt on them because they've been sitting. And I will get these cleaned up. And this one will have a new body. This one I'll probably restore and maybe even look for that missing Speedo. Not sure how hard that is to find, but I'll find out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video show and tell segment that we're doing. I'll try to do more of these. They're quick and easy to put out. And we get to have a chat about collecting old Tamiya cars and old RC cars all together. So thanks for watching. Everybody rock on. I'll talk to you down in the comment section. And take care.